guys, it is time for my March reviews, except I didn't do a whole lot of reading this month, so let's just review everything, all the things in March, to ignore the fact that I only read one book. Yep, okay. So the one book that I read this month was Moans by Holly Black, which is a middle grade kind of creepy little book. So this book follows a group of three 12-year-old friends who are very involved in the world of make-believe. They have these stories with their action figures and their dolls that they have been playing for years. Except one day Zach's dad decides that he is too old to be playing with action figures, and so he throws all of the action figures out. And Zach is devastated. And so he decides that he is just going to tell his two friends, Poppy and Alice, that he just doesn't want to play anymore because he can't tell them that his dad threw away all of his toys because he's so angry he thinks he'll just end up like screaming and getting even more mad than he already is. Now, in their make-believe world, there is a queen, and she is an old, creepy doll who sits in the cabinet in Poppy's house. Her mom won't let her touch it because it's like old and it's an antique. So Poppy decides that she's going to take this doll out to convince Zach to keep playing. But when Poppy touches the doll, her head gets filled with all of these stories about how this doll was actually a little girl named Eleanor who died tragically, and her dad kind of went off the wall a little and made her bones into this doll. So the three friends decide they're going to go on a quest to bury Eleanor in her grave. And basically, I couldn't read this at night because I kept getting freaked out because dolls already creep me out. Dolls made of bones with children's ashes in them. That shouldn't be a middle grade book, Holly Black. Excuse me. No, I love Holly Black, and her writing is just really good. It's really solid. There wasn't anything spectacular about this book. It was a really fun, creepy little book. I gave it 4 stars. There wasn't anything bad about it, but there wasn't anything great about it either. It was just a really good story. I would recommend this book. So that is all I read this month. But this month I also did a lot of writing related things. I am doing some hardcore researching for my next project, and so a lot of my time this month has been spent reading about robotics. So Wikipedia has been my friend lately, and so has the TED Talks on Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, let's review movies, because why the hell not? I certainly haven't been reviewing books. This month I watched the indie movie It's a Disaster starring Julia Stiles and David Cross. Julia Stiles brings David Cross to her couples lunch that her friends have for their 3rd date. I don't know why she would do that, but you know, whatever. And while they're there, the apocalypse. There's some, like, toxic gas. So basically, they're all gonna die, and they're trying to work out their relationship issues. Like, one couple was going to get a divorce, and then they're all like, oh, maybe we shouldn't get a divorce now that the world is ending. And obviously, these two characters are on their 3rd date. One couple breaks up, and then, at the end, there's a twist. I'm not going to tell you what that twist is, but it was ridiculous. I gave this movie 3 out of 5 stars because it was okay. It took me like 3 months to finish watching Transylvania 65000. I finished that up. That movie came out in 1985. Someone thought they saw Frankenstein, so these 2 reporters are gonna go to Transylvania. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars because it was entertaining and fun. Then I watched Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol because Simon Pegg. And I gave that 3 out of 5 stars because it was actually better than I thought it was going to be. I've never seen a Mission Impossible movie, and I'm not big into action movies. I'm big into Simon Pegg playing a computer nerd, so I watched the movie Syrup this month, which was really good, and it is all about the advertising world and images and putting your image out there. Everything was great except the super problematic parts, like she's pretending to be a lesbian. What's happening here? He's like, "You're not a real lesbian, I can tell by looking at you." And I'm like, excuse you? And her being like a strong, independent woman. Like, you don't need to put down other girls to show that this character is a strong, independent woman. Like, everything about this movie was really great. The cinematography and like the whole way it was filmed with like the soliloquies going on, that was really good, but it was so problematic, so I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. And lastly, I watched Delete, which was a 2-part kind of mini-series thing that I also watched for research because it is about artificial intelligence. Basically, a reporter is looking for a big story and she gets a tip from her hacker friend that some weird shit is going on. Like, a missile goes off without anyone doing anything, and it turns out that there is an artificial intelligence that kind of made itself. So this reporter and this FBI dude and this hacker kid team up to stop this artificial intelligence, and they meet, you know, this group of hackers and there's assassins. It was really interesting because I love hacking movies. So I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. I also finished watching my first anime. I know, I'm proud of me too. I started watching Sword Art Online after Sana recommended it in one of her anime videos, which I will link up here. I love internet hacking, virtual reality, artificial intelligence things. So anything about a virtual reality game where the players get stuck and they can't log out and they have to stay in this virtual reality, anything with that plot, I will watch. I loved Sword Art Online. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I am not going to do an April TBR video. Nope. I'm just gonna read whatever we can read. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!